Hey patrons, how's it going? This is Big Lair here on Jack's Private Coffee Corner. Today is November 26th. It's another rainy day here in Japan. Doesn't look too bad though out the window. Okay, let's see what's going on with the cryptocurrency market here. The daily update. Today, all prices are up. If we look at yesterday, looking at the prices, everything was in the red. Everything was down. All the prices were down. You know, Neo Gas was down 10% yesterday. This is in dollar terms. Lots of coins were down. Everything was down at least, let's see, looking over my chart quickly, everything was down at least 4% yesterday from a fiat currency standpoint. Now today, almost everything is up in dollar terms. The biggest gainer, well, no surprise, Neo Gas is up 12% in dollar terms. Yesterday it was down. It was the biggest loser yesterday. Now it's the biggest gainer today. And it's doing well against Bitcoin. If you had one Bitcoin to buy some Neo Gas today, you would get 346 less Neo Gas than you could yesterday. Let's see, other big gainers. EOS up 8%. Same thing with EOS. Gain some strength against Bitcoin. You would get 40 less EOS with your one Bitcoin today. So let's see. We've only got two coins that have gone down in price. Tezos, it's down 4%. That's not a surprise because as all these coins have been going down over this since last Friday, we'll say last Friday, Thursday, over the weekend into yesterday, Tezos maintained its value. It's down today though, 4%. That's not a big surprise. Let's see, Veritasium is it's down 2% in dollar terms. It's at $14.96. It was down a little less than that last night. And of course, $15 is my buy price, so I'm recommending that as a buy. That's a good price, I think. So it's funny how that one stayed up pretty good. Veritasium stayed up, held its value real well, and now it's going down. So other things are going up, and Veritasium's going down. So I have to keep an eye on that, and let's see if that's how Veritasium reacts in the future. When the rest of the coins are going up, is it going down? And when the rest are going down, is Veritasium maintaining its value or going up? Okay, so only Tezos and Veri are down in dollar terms. Everything else is up. We got Bitcoin around 7,200. That's up 6.4%. Let's see, I already mentioned EOS. Neo is up 6.4% also. Theta, almost 7.5%. Monero is up almost 9%. PundiX, the crazy buy coin, that's up 4%. And as I said, Neo Gas, or just gas if you want to call it that, that's up 12%. So we've got a bit of a roller coaster going here in the market, huh? Prices were down, now they've come up. Will they go back down again? I'm going to jump over to this other thing here. I've kind of taken my data and squeezed it down a little bit just to look at a number of coins, about half of them here. I've got EOS, Stellar, Cardano, Neo, Tezos, OMG, Digibyte, Theta, Monero, PundiX, Neo Gas, and Veri. So looking at these, you know, as I mentioned, if you look at the, well, you can see the prices in dollars. That's that orange area to the left, right? So if we can see like EOS is $2.58. We can look down and see OMG is 73 cents. And then on the bottom, we can see Veri is $14.96, right? And the next column, we have the number of coins one Bitcoin can buy. So if we had a Bitcoin today, it looks like one Bitcoin could buy us, looking at EOS, 2,790.7 EOS. And then if we go all the way down to the bottom, we can see that one Bitcoin would buy us 481.28 Veritasium. Okay, and then the next box says more or less. And this is the number of coins we can get with our 1 Bitcoin. Is it more than yesterday or less than yesterday? So if you see a red number with a minus, that means you're getting less than yesterday. And if you see a red number, that means that coin is getting stronger in comparison to Bitcoin. So as we can see for EOS, you'd get 40.79 less EOS with your 1 Bitcoin today. Let's go to Digibyte. Look at Digibyte. That more or less, that's 18,000. So that means today, if you had a Bitcoin, you could get 18,061.9 more Digibyte than you could have yesterday. And look at Pundi here. Holy moly, Pundi, more or less. So if you bought it today, you'd get 935,977.94 more Pundi. But if we look at the number of coins a Bitcoin can buy, wow, 1 Bitcoin can buy 51 million Pundi. And as I've said before, Pundi's a crazy buy. What if Pundi goes to $1 someday? And you actually did take a Bitcoin and buy Pundi? You'd have 51 million Pundi, and if it became $1, you'd have $51 million from roughly a $7,200 investment. Think of that. Okay, now if we go to the next row, it's kind of that peachish flesh color. It says 1125 to 1126, price percent positive or negative. So this means, has the price in dollars gone up or gone down? Of course, if we see the red numbers like Tezos and Veri, that means the dollar price has gone down in comparison to the day before. So we're comparing the 25th to the 26th. So we look at EOS here. That the price has increased 7.95%. I'm just going to call that 8%. So its dollar price increased 8%. And then if we go back 1 box, we can see it's minus 40.79. That means we can buy 40.79 less EOS with our Bitcoin, and that's a positive thing. That's telling me that EOS's price went up in dollar terms and it got stronger against Bitcoin, which is what you would expect. But that isn't always the case. We can look at something like Cardano. Cardano went up 5.3 or 5.63% in dollar terms. However, it didn't gain anything on Bitcoin. It actually got weaker in relation to Bitcoin. You can get more Cardano, 1,410.13 Cardano, more than you could have yesterday. So these two numbers are important to watch, because you can't just say, well, something went up in dollar terms, it must be doing well against Bitcoin. As you can see, it's not the case. Even if we look at Pundi, Pundi is sort of the poster child for crazy numbers, right? We look at Pundi X. Okay, the price went up between the 25th and the 26th, 4.44% in dollar terms. That looks good. However, it lost value against Bitcoin. Why? Because we can buy 977.94 more Pundi than we could have yesterday. So just because the price goes up doesn't mean it's gained value against Bitcoin. Now looking at NeoGas. NeoGas and I think today NeoGas and EOS are the two best examples, because they both, look at NeoGas, the price went up 11.88%, let's just call it 12, went up 12%, and it gained value against Bitcoin. Why did it gain value? Well, if we look, we can buy 346.79 less gas than we could have yesterday. So our Bitcoin won't go as far today getting NeoGas as it would have yesterday. So that's a good sign. So gas has gotten stronger, EOS has gotten stronger. And if we look over the other coins here, let's see, Monero, it's up almost 9%, right, in price. and you can get 3.11 Monero less with your Bitcoin than you could have yesterday. That's not bad. Not bad. I think the NeoGas and EOS look much better. However, got to give credit to Monero there. Theta is up 7.4% in price. However, Theta is a very cheap coin. You can get 938.44 less Theta today than you could have yesterday. However, it's a very cheap coin, so it doesn't mean very much in the scheme of things. Okay, and then we move to the next box there, the yellow box. We can see the percent of the 1 year high. So for example, let's look at EOS. It says 30.74%. That means its current price is 30.74% of its 1 year high. So how close is it to the 1 year high? How far can it go in the short term, basically, right? We're not looking at all-time highs yet, but we're just thinking, well, its 1 year high is how much? Is what percent? So looking at it and saying, okay, it's 30%. It's got a ways to go before it's going to hit the 1 year high, because it'll hit the 1 year high before it'll hit the all-time high. So looking at all these coins here, let's see, Tezos. Tezos is a pretty big number. It's 70% of its 1 year high. So it doesn't have that much more to go to hit its 1 year high. So I can say, Tezos is at kind of a solid price. It's not that far off its 1 year high. Whereas EOS, it's got a ways to go. So I can look at that and say, oh, okay, no matter what happens with EOS, EOS is at 30.74% of its 1 year high. It's got a ways to run. It's got a ways to run. And let's take another one here. Okay, the same with NeoGas. NeoGas is at 28.37% of its 1 year high. This has got a long way to go. Long way to go. So to me, the lower these numbers are, the more attractive they are. Although, you know, like I just said, Tezos is close to its 1 year high. But one of the reasons I like Tezos is just because of how it performs. You know, it's up and down, up and down. It's an easy coin to make money on. And then looking at OMG, for example, it's 27% of its 1 year high. That's pretty close to the number that EOS has. So I know, oh, it's got a ways to go. It could do a pretty good run in the short term. Okay. And the same with PoonDX. PoonDX, our crazy buy, you know, it's at 12.2% of its 1 year high. So it's got a long way to go. It could do a pretty good run in the short term. Now, if we move to this the green box is the percentage of all-time high. Let's go back to EOS. 11.27%. It's only, boy, it's basically, you know, 1/10 of its price, of its all-time high price, right? It's 11%. And if we jump over to the purple box there, that purple tone, it's got to go up 787% to reach its all-time high. But as I've said several times now, the all-time high is a good indicator, giving us some idea of where this thing should go, but we don't know how much higher it will go. I think EOS is going to be one of the coins that really blows past its all-time high and goes much higher. That's why I have it on my list and I'm happy with it. Okay, and then of course, if we go down to the bottom, we see something like NeoGas. I talk about this kind of stuff, you know, all the time. It's at 1%, 1.1% of its all-time high. It's got a long way to go. I think this is a great coin. Funny enough, NeoGas isn't, you know, that much far off. It isn't that far off from Pundi. You know, NeoGas is at 1.1. Pundi is at 0.9 per, you know, 0.9%. So it's not even 1%. But look at the difference in price. You know, these percentages are pretty close on PoonDX and Neo, but Neo's at $1.07. Pundi is at, look at that. Oh my God. What have we got here? A tenth, a 100th, a thousandth. It's a 10,000th. It's a 10,000th of a dollar. I guess we could say 14 thousandths of a dollar. Whereas Neogas is already $1. So Pundi has a long way to go just to hit a dollar. Neogas is already there. And the percentages, look at them. Neogas has to go up 9,000, 11% to hit its all-time high. Pundi's got to go up 10,978%. Which one do you think will make it first? So Neo is in my mind at this point has much more value than Pundi does. However, the numbers, if we just went by the numbers and invested some money, and if both of them hit their all-time high, you would make more money with Pundi, right? But that's not the only thing we can look at. We can't just look at the all-time high because we don't know if it'll go there. Okay, let's see. So I hope, and then you can see on the very end, on the right side, I have buy. So I'd say EOS is still a buy. Cardano's a buy, although Cardano, like I said, I'm not so impressed with Cardano, and in some respects, it hasn't been doing much. It's been very stagnant for a long time. It just goes down and down and down. OMG is a buy. That looks great. My God, it's 73. This is 73 cents. I think is a fantastic buy. My original buy-in price on OMG was $1.18 more than a year ago, I think. So I'd be very happy with 73 cents getting some more. Digibyte, I've got watch and buy. That was a buy yesterday, and the price went up a little bit. And I'm just watching it to see if it goes down to, now it's not even 1 cent. It's 0.6 of a cent. I'm wondering, will it go down to 0.5 of 1 cent? Of course, Pundi X is my crazy buy. And then gas, Neogas and Veritasium, those are both solid buy prices for me. You all know I bought my gas at $1.30, so $1.07 looks good. Veritasium has breached my buy point, was $15 even. It's under that. This is a buy for me. So if I had to get something today, what would I get? I would get EOS, OMG, more gas, and Veritasium. Okay, guys, I hope everyone's doing great wherever you are. Hope the weather's nice. It's not rainy like it is where I am. You guys take care, and I will see you tomorrow.